in Deuteronomy, God is speaking to the Jewish people, and then all of a sudden he takes a break in here and he starts speaking to Gentiles. Look at Deuteronomy 26. And it shall be when you come into the land which the Lord your God is giving you as an inheritance, and you possess it and dwell in it, you shall take some of the first of all the produce of the ground, which you shall bring from your land that the Lord your God is giving you, and put it in a basket, and go to the place where the Lord your God chooses to make his name abide. Now, let me show you something that I was shown years and years ago by some great rabbinical scholars. God says here in Deuteronomy 26, when you come into the land which the Lord God has given you as an inheritance, and you possess it and dwell in it, then you shall take some of the first of the produce of the ground which you shall bring from your land. Israel went in the promised land from where? Not Egypt. First Egypt, yes, but desert. They grew nothing in the desert. They had no produce. They had no land. So when God says here to a people, when you come into a land which I am giving you as an inheritance, because we have been grafted in, when you come into the land, bring with you some first fruits. When Israel came into the land of Israel, when the Jews came in the land of Israel, they had no first fruits. Yeah. They had to conquer the land. They had to plow the land. They had to sow the land. They had to water the land. They had to pluck the land. So what God is saying here is, the ancient Jewish wisdom says, there'll come a time right before the coming of the Messiah that the eyes of the Gentiles will be open, and they'll go, you know what? We haven't replaced the land. We have been grafted into the land. And God says, as soon as you realize that, bring with you your first fruit. Amen. Now watch this. It gets even better. Verse 2, and you shall take some of the first of the produce of the ground, which you shall bring from the land that the Lord your God is giving you, and put it in a basket, and go to the place where the Lord your God chooses to make his name abide. She said, go to the place? The tabernacle. Wouldn't you go to the tabernacle? But there is no tabernacle right now. And so this is an end time prophecy that God is saying to the Gentiles, I will open the eyes of some of the Gentiles, and so when I do, you bring, because return unto me and I'll return to you. How to return? In your tithes and your offerings. Jesus said, I'll give you 30, 60, 100-fold. 30, 60, 100-fold. That was not a Catholic Jesus. That was not a Baptist Jesus. That was not a Palestinian Jesus. That was a Jewish Jesus. And why did he say 30, 60, 100-fold? Because 3 times a year you come before the Lord and you don't come empty-handed. And when you do, 30%, 60-fold, and 100-fold, the Feast of Tabernacles, unlimited blessing.